Hi lovely, my name's Natalie Martin. I'm a yoga teacher and menstrual cycle awareness coach. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a super sweet short restorative practice to help you on the days when you're bleeding. Now, me personally, when I'm practicing restorative yoga, I really like to enjoy the silence. I take it as a bit of time out for myself. And so what you'll find is that once I've got you into your position, you are not going to get much talking from me. I am going to leave you to simply enjoy and soak up the quiet time. So all that you're going to need for today's practice is yourself. You will need a bolster, something like this if you've got one. If you don't, you can get creative. You can wrap towels, you can use your bed pillows, sofa cushions work too. If you have blocks, then 2 of those would be fantastic. And again, if you don't, then you can just find something around your house. You can use books, you can use cushions. And finally, if you've got a hot water bottle or a rolled up blanket, something that we can use to apply a little bit of pressure to the lower abdomen. So when you're ready, we can begin. Just find your way into a nice, comfortable seat and let your hands just rest on your thighs and just take a moment to come into your space. Imagine mentally closing the door and cocooning yourself from the outside world. I'm going to invite you to bring your hands onto your womb space and just take a moment to feel the temperature of your hands on your skin, through your clothes. You might be able to notice the subtle movement of your breath. Soften the muscles in the face, shoulders, arms. So which cycle day are you on today? Which phase of your cycle are you in? And how do you feel? How does your body feel? How's your mind? How are your emotions? How are you feeling in your heart? Just building up that 3D image of where you're starting from. And taking a really nice big deep breath in through the nose. And letting it out through the mouth. When you are ready, you can slowly release your hands away from your womb and then open up your eyes. Alright, so for our first position, you are going to need your bolster, and you're going to come down to lie on your back, and you're going to have the bolster underneath your knees. So you can choose if you'd rather just have your legs stretched out in front of you, or if you would like to have the soles of the feet together and sitting with the knees falling out to the side, supported by your bolster. You're also going to need either your hot water bottle, which can be really nice if you're currently bleeding, a rolled up blanket, or if you happen to have that weighted sandbag lying around at home, you can use that too. So we're going to come down to lie on the back, and if it feels good for you, you can feel free to tuck your pelvis under as you make your way down. And your hot water bottle / blanket or sandbag is just going to rest on your lower abdomen. So just want to create a little bit of pressure, and this can feel so good if you're currently experiencing cramps. So make sure you're nice and comfortable, make sure that your lower back isn't feeling too under pressure. If it is, then you can also feel free to remove your hot water bottle, blanket or sandbag and just lie with your hands on your womb. If your eyes are still open, then close them, and I'm going to leave you in silence. Just coming back to your breath. And first of all, removing whatever you've had lying on your belly, just putting it to one side. And then one by one, bringing your knees in towards your chest and rolling your bolster away. And you can either lay down flat with your legs on the ground, or if it feels more natural for you to hug knees into your chest, feel free. And just notice how your body feels. from here, you can feel free to keep your eyes closed if you want to. We're just going to roll over onto the belly. So you're lying on your belly, have your feet open, a good hip distance wide, maybe wider. If it's uncomfortable for the tops of your feet, then you can roll a blanket and pop them underneath the tops of your feet. And we're going to lie down with the arms stretched out in front and the palms together. Your forehead is going to rest down on the ground. So just take a moment to make sure that you're comfortable. If you've got any pinching or tightness in your shoulders, you can feel free to make a pillow for your forehead with your hands instead and elbows out towards the side. If you find that you've got your hands stretched out in front and your forehead or the back of your neck feels uncomfortable, you can prop that up with a blanket. And as much as possible, just really let your body sink down into the ground. And again, I will leave you in silence until it's time to move. So just deepening your breath. And bringing your arms down by your sides and turn your head in any direction and just take a few breaths. And from here, we'll roll onto any side that feels good. And make your way up to sitting. So for our last position, you are going to need your blocks. So either 2 blocks or your cushions. If you're using blocks, then just separate them a little bit and drape your bolster on top. And you want it to be at a height where you can rest your elbows. So you might find that you've got a chair around the house, but just make sure that you are not opening your legs too wide as you come to sit. So you don't want to stretch the inner groins too much. So if you don't have anything to stack your blocks, then you can just use your bolster, one end on the ground and one end supporting your head, and just let your hands rest. And also make sure that you are not locking into the knees, so if you need to, then you can slide some extra blankets or something like that underneath. You're going to bring your hands and arms to rest, stacking your hands one on top of the other, and then dropping your forehead down. And again, closing down your eyes and settling in. Once again, just bringing your awareness back to your breath. And then slowly starting to lift your head. And bring your hands underneath your knees. And taking your time, just bringing your legs in, crossing the legs if that feels good. And just sitting for a moment. And just notice how your body feels now after our 20 minutes together. Noticing how your mind feels, the quality of your thoughts, your emotions. And just bring one hand to your womb space, one hand to your heart. Take a moment to connect with both of these centers. When you're ready, you can very gently open up the eyes. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed this restorative practice. If you are interested in more practices to support your cycle, then head over to my website. The link is below, and you will find a wonderful little online member space with practices for each phase of your cycle. We've got cacao ceremonies, meditations, a monthly group call with me, and lots of information on menstrual cycle awareness. So I hope to see you there.